Hello and welcome to Phantom Forces Weapons Spotlight, a series where I give a more subdued and informative look on the weapons of Phantom Forces. In this episode, I'll be covering the Mark 11. The Mark 11 is a DMR unlocked at rank 3, and it serves as the first DMR you can unlock in the game. It deals 45 damage up to 110 studs and falls off to 38 damage by 160 studs. It fires at 330 RPM with a 1.2 times body multiplier and a 1.5 times head multiplier. The muzzle velocity comes in at 2800 studs per second, and the penetration depth is 1.7 studs. Here is the shots to kill table. It has low recoil and holds 20 rounds in the magazine with 80 rounds in reserve of 7.62 by 55 NATO rounds. The reload speed is 2.3 seconds and the empty reload speed is 3 seconds. It has a pretty quick 14 walk speed and also quite fast 15 aim speed. The Mark 11 is an incredible DMR that excels at medium range and a little bit into long range. It's one of the lowest recoil DMRs in the game, making it very easy to use despite the wonky model recoil. If you compare it to other DMRs of similar range and fire rate, like the MSG-90 or the M21, you quickly find that the Mark 11 has more than a few advantages over both of them. The MSG-90 has a whole lot of range and spammability, but the Mark 11 is lighter with much less recoil. The same also sort of goes to the M21, where the Mark 11 has less range, but it's lighter and reloads faster. It can spam much more than the M21. The only thing the Mark 11 can't do is one-shot kill to the head, which is a bit of a shame, but the gun's body shot performance more than makes up for it. Close range can also be a little bit of a challenge, well, if the enemies can even reach you in the first place. In conclusion, the Mark 11 is not only one of the best DMRs in the game, but also one of the easiest ones to use in the game, boasting good range, good damage, and very controllable recoil. A high A tier to even S tier weapon. The .500 Phantom conversion increases your damage significantly, but quite literally doubles your recoil and slows down your muzzle velocity. It now deals 70 damage up to 65 studs and falls off to 47 damage by 210 studs. The fire rate is reduced to 275 RPM, while the body and head multiplier are increased to 1.43 times and 3 times respectively. The muzzle velocity is slowed down to a crawl of 1000 studs per second, and the penetration depth is doubled to 3.4 studs. Here is the shots to kill table. The recoil got doubled, so it's around medium to high now, with slow model recoil recovery, and it holds 10 rounds in the magazine with 70 rounds in reserve of .500 Phantom rounds. Everything else shown here remains the same. While the default Mark 11 has a good balance of damage, range, and recoil, this conversion goes all in on damage. This results in a fairly good fire rate DMR with the ability to one-shot body shot someone at close to medium ranges and completely wreck them. Plus, you can still two-shot kill to the body beyond that range. It can also one-shot kill to the head at all ranges now, something that the default ammo can't do. The recoil isn't all that bad either. It's comparable to something like the MSG-90, but you know, with much more damage. And it all sounds too good to be true, and it sort of is. The muzzle velocity is abysmal. It's one of the lowest in the game, and fighting at long range proves to be very hard as you have to aim up quite high, and they can quite literally just run away from your bullets at that range. Although despite the slow muzzle velocity, if you stick to close to medium ranges, I would actually dare say that this might be the best DMR in the game. This conversion is also a high A tier to S tier weapon for sure. As for notable attachments, the Mark 11 doesn't really have one, but it's a very good weapon out of the box anyway, so your attachment choice should be personal preference. Also, as you can see in the background footage, I recommend that you stick a whole bunch of lasers on the .500 Phantom conversion, to help with the model recoil recovery. And that concludes this episode of Phantom Forces Weapons Spotlight. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.